What if I told you that discovering this video was no accident? The universe has a way of guiding those who are ready to the messages they need most, especially now. A major spiritual activation is happening across the world, and if you are here, it means you are part of it. Rebecca Edwards has spent years studying this shift, helping souls through their awakening, and now she's here to help you understand what is taking place. This is not just another video, it is a cosmic transmission aimed at unlocking the hidden codes within you. Are you ready? What exactly is soul activation and how do you understand your spiritual upgrade? There comes a time in every soul's journey when the illusions of the physical world start to break down. This moment is called activation, when the higher self begins to merge with the conscious self, unlocking dormant abilities and ancient wisdom. Rebecca Edwards explains that this is not a passive event but a deliberate awakening of energy within you, pushing you to see beyond what you once thought was true. At first, soul activation feels like a deep inner calling, a sense that something within you is changing, even if you can't quite put it into words. You may find yourself questioning everything, your past, your choices, and even your sense of self. This is because activation is like tuning into a new frequency within your being. Old energies begin to fade, and new, higher vibrations take their place. Rebecca emphasizes that soul activation is not just about gaining knowledge, it's about embodying a new state of being. This means moving beyond just reading spiritual books or watching videos. It requires action, alignment, and surrender to the higher flow of the universe. As this process unfolds, your reality starts to shift. Your intuition sharpens, and synchronicities become impossible to ignore. As your soul activates, you may notice that your dreams become more vivid, your perception of time changes, and your emotional sensitivity increases. These are all signs that your energetic body is expanding. Rebecca warns that resisting this process only leads to discomfort. Instead, she encourages you to lean into the transformation, trusting that everything happening now is part of a much bigger divine plan. The key to soul activation is acceptance. It is about understanding that this shift is not something you control, it is something you allow. When you stop fighting the flow, the universe will begin to reveal its magic to you in ways you never imagined. Rebecca Edwards assures that those who embrace activation will soon step into a life of greater clarity, purpose, and divine alignment. Why is this happening now? For centuries, civilizations across the globe have predicted a great awakening, a time when humanity would break free from lower vibrational cycles and enter a higher state of consciousness. Rebecca Edwards explains that this prophetic moment is now unfolding. The universe operates on divine timing, and every soul that incarnated in this era chose to be here for this precise reason. The Earth itself is undergoing a vibrational shift, aligning with new cosmic frequencies. Scientists have even observed changes in the planet's electromagnetic field, which directly affects human consciousness. These shifts are not random, they are part of a much larger universal design. Every planetary movement, every energy wave, and every solar flare plays a role in this awakening process. Rebecca reveals that ancient texts, from the Mayan calendar to ancient scriptures, spoke of an era where humanity would awaken to its true multidimensional nature. This shift is not just about individual transformation, it is about the entire planet moving toward a new state of existence. You are not just witnessing history, you are participating in it. What does this mean for you? It means that your thoughts, emotions, and energy patterns are now being amplified. Whatever you focus on is being magnified at an accelerated rate. This is why many people are experiencing intense emotional purges, vivid spiritual awakenings, and sudden life changes. The universe is clearing out the old to make space for the new. Rebecca emphasizes that resisting this shift will only cause inner conflict. Instead, she encourages you to align with the cosmic flow, allowing these new energies to integrate into your life. The more you surrender to the divine plan, the easier this transition will be. One of the first things people notice when undergoing soul activation is a dramatic shift in perception. Rebecca Edwards explains that awakening symptoms are not random, they are indicators that your energy field is recalibrating. Physically, you may feel unusual sensations in your body, tingling, pressure in your forehead, or even bursts of energy. Your body is adjusting to higher frequencies, and this can sometimes feel overwhelming. Rebecca reassures you that these sensations are normal, they are signs that your DNA is being activated. Emotionally, you may experience intense highs and lows. Old wounds resurface, past traumas come up for healing, and unresolved emotions demand your attention. This is because soul activation forces you to release everything that no longer serves you. Rebecca advises that the best way to handle these emotions is to observe them without judgment, letting them pass instead of resisting them. Your intuition also heightens. You may start seeing synchronicities, angel numbers, or having premonitions. You might sense energy shifts in people, places, and situations before they even happen. Rebecca calls this the awakening of inner knowing, where your soul begins speaking louder than your logical mind. The most important thing, Rebecca says, is to trust the process. Awakening is not meant to be comfortable, it is meant to be transformative. The more you surrender, the more your divine gifts will unfold naturally. Why did you choose to incarnate now? Every soul awakening at this time is here for a reason. You did not come to Earth to live an ordinary life. Rebecca Edwards reveals that each awakened soul has a specific mission to fulfill, and the activation process is the first step toward realizing that mission. Many people feel lost, searching for their purpose in life. However, Rebecca explains that soul missions are not always about grand gestures or world-changing events. Sometimes your mission is simply to hold a high vibrational frequency, spreading light and awareness wherever you go. Others may feel drawn to teaching, healing, writing, or creating. Whatever your unique gifts are, they are meant to be shared with the world. Activation is about unlocking the parts of yourself that have been hidden for too long. Rebecca also explains that many awakened souls have spent multiple lifetimes preparing for this moment. You may have felt out of place in society, disconnected from mainstream thought, or different from those around you. This is not a mistake, it is confirmation that you were meant to be a wayshower. The key to discovering your mission, Rebecca says, is to listen to your soul. The answers are not outside of you, they are already embedded in your very essence. Everything in the universe is energy, including your thoughts, emotions, and the reality you perceive. Many people believe life happens to them, but in truth, we are constantly co-creating our experiences through our vibrational frequency. Soul activation makes this clearer, as you start noticing how your inner world directly influences your outer world. The law of vibration states that like attracts like. If you operate from fear, doubt, or negativity, you will experience more situations that reflect those emotions. However, when you shift into a frequency of love, gratitude, and alignment, reality begins to respond in miraculous ways. Rebecca teaches that as your soul activates, you will become more sensitive to energy fields, emotions, and the frequencies of those around you. This shift often brings changes in relationships and environments. You may find yourself outgrowing certain people, habits, or even careers that no longer match your frequency. At first, this can feel isolating, but Rebecca reassures you that this is part of the process. The universe is clearing space for new, high-vibrational experiences that align with your soul's evolution. One of the most powerful ways to raise your frequency is through conscious awareness. Pay attention to your thoughts and feelings, are they empowering or limiting? Rebecca explains that the moment you take charge of your inner energy, you take charge of your reality. This is why awakening souls often experience faster manifestations, profound synchronicities, and an overwhelming sense of divine timing. Understanding frequency is the key to mastering your reality. Rebecca urges awakened souls to see themselves as energy beings first, physical beings second. When you begin to operate from this awareness, life stops being random and becomes an intentional dance with the universe.